How you doing, YouTube? Matt, Massive Beer Reviews, back with yet another review. A little bit of American-born Dubbel, hopeful goodness, in the form of Transmitter Brewing. It is their Dubbel Ale, number 2, apparently. I've done a couple Transmitter beer reviews, some that I've done consciously, some that were actually mystery beers, but it's been a while since I've done one. Came across this at a local bottle shop here in Jersey. It's kind of hankering a Belgian style beer, so I figured I'd take a whirl on her. As far as what it says here, it says Transmitter Brewing, Dubbel Ale number 2. It says brewery made candy sugar, adds rich toffee flavors with hints of fig and raisins. Enjoy with game, roast meats, and campfires. 7% alcohol by volume, bottle conditioned, and that'd be that. Label-wise, it's pretty fantastic. Kind of like old parchment paper style, kind of old-timey things. In a very good way. This cork is kind of leaning. You can kind of see it there. It's kind of like, almost like scary looking. Like it wants to be pushed out. It's not exactly cork and cage. So hopefully this doesn't burst on me, but we'll see. These Belgian beers, Belgian-esque, Belgian-inspired, whatever kind of beers you want to talk about, however you want to classify them. Because if I call it a Belgian beer, some people will flip out. Sometimes they want to come out by themselves. Let's see if this one can be coaxed out by itself. Just give it a little couple pushes. It might just pop on its own. A little experimental. It seems like she wants. So there you go. That, my friends, is called a cork popping off. I thought that was going to happen. I don't even know where that cork went. But oddly enough, it's not a gusher of a beer. Sure, I poured it, but it's not like it's like just exploding out. God damn, man. That is violent. That actually reminds me a lot of some of the St. Bernardus 12 bottles. They used to be so dangerous. Sometimes, Jesus Christ, that was violent. Anyway, pinky finger, really rocky from the edge to the top to the whole nine. Kind of iced tea looking vibe kind of beer. It definitely looks like a classic kind of Dubbel. A little bit of Dirty Glass Mafia floating around the edges, but yeah, definitely iced tea all around. Give a little bit of a swirl, see if we can get a nose on her. Still kind of taken back at how loud that was. That smells pretty damn freaking good. You're getting all the bits and pieces you're talking about in there. Getting that rich kind of subtle caramel with a little bit of toffee and a nice little bit of raisin, a little bit of datiness, a little bit of breadiness. Exactly what you want from your Belgian darks, your Belgian doubles. It doesn't get as rich and as sweet as a lot of quads do. Well, it shouldn't. It's a Belgian Dubbel. It smells more drinkable, a little bit more reserved, but it definitely has all those kind of rich, kind of sugar daddy-esque kind of figginess going on with a little bit of spicy herbalness. Yeah, gonna dive right in. Cheers. Oh, mouthfeel spot on. The beer itself is spot on. It's a little bit less vibrant flavor-wise than I'd like it to be. I think age might cure that. I think a little bit of that rich breadiness, that rich. I made tacos today, so my fingers might look a little yellow. So I apologize if I look kind of weird. I just noticed that my fingers. Can't smell it. It doesn't smell like anything, but I made tacos today. Anyway, that's hilarious, actually. It has this richness to it, but a little bit of a watered down vibe. That's basically what I was trying to say, is that it needs to be a little bit full, a little bit broader, a little bit more kind of robust the way it presents the flavors. But the flavors that it's presenting are pretty spot on. It's got a prickly kind of effervescent carbonation. Sure, it's a bottle conditioned beer. You can get that with those, so it's not out of the ordinary. But the way that Belgian candied sugar plays, the way the yeast plays, comes off very Belgian authentic. It does not come off fake. It doesn't come off like I talk about this Belgian soul a lot of times with these American-based beers. And this beer, from how it tastes to how that cork popped out, has a definite kind of Belgian soul to it. Like I said, a lot of these St. Bernardus 12, that's more of a quad, but those corks, he's so dangerous. So I saw that leaning cork, and I was like, oh man, this one might pop. So I was kind of excited for that to happen. Regardless, it's a really tasty beer. Really well done. that overcarbonation is just a matter of bottle conditioning, and it actually is not a negative on a beer. In the grand scheme of things, is a little bit overcarbonated for being a double, sure, but I don't think it actually lends as a super negative to the beer, because there's a bit of variance when it comes to that carbonation with a lot of bottle conditioned Belgians to begin with, so it doesn't really kind of bring a big kind of negative check mark with that. But yeah, I think she's tasty. One of the better, actually, let me rephrase that, might be the best American-born Belgian double that I've ever had. Now, let me, a little backstory on that sucker. More words. You don't see a lot of breweries in the United States do Belgian beers. If you do, you see triples, you see quads, you see maybe darks. Doubles, not so much. Sure, you get some from the more traditional breweries, Omegangs of the world. Your even Schlafly of the world. I believe Firestone Walker might do one. Some breweries that kind of really kind of adhere to the kind of Belgian style do a lot of doubles. For smaller breweries, yeast-driven breweries, and very small breweries, I guess you'd say, don't really do it all that much. So to see them do it is pretty nice, and honestly, one of the better ones that I've had. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm the biggest double fan in the history of mankind. I'm definitely more of a quad fan, definitely more of a dark fan, but one that does me proper and does me right, really turns me on, especially with a little bit of age. This is quite tasty. I could just imagine how much nicer this would be with a little bit of time on her. If only the corking cages hold up, I think it would age pretty gracefully. So let's talk about it. Is this one of the better Belgian doubles I've had as of late? Yes, Belgian or otherwise. Value and availability. I want to say it was $12 for like a 500 milliliter. It's alright. You can get traditional Trappist Belgian doubles for right around the same cost, but it's $7.50 for that. So take that for what it's worth, and leave you with, if you like what we like this, if you like Belgian doubles and you like legit Belgian beers, this definitely has that kind of Belgian soul going on inside of it. It's not an Americanized version. It's not a kind of brown sugar and a malted yeasty beer thing. It has that nice bready, rich, slightly dark fruity, even though I didn't talk about it, kind of yeastiness going on with that nice rich maltiness, along with that authentic kind of Belgian sugar that kind of makes you kind of swoon over Belgian beers past. So there you go, another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers if you want to check me out doing the social media stuff. Beer Massive if you want to check me out doing the whole podcasting thing. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully enjoying a nice little explosive cork beer right now, and hopefully see you next time. Cheers.